Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic, debates, entertainment. We'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, I'm going to enjoy talking about this one here today. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Also, we're going to be launching an exclusive Dreamers Pro community very, very soon. And if you guys want to get early access to receive a one-time offer that's only going to be available to people on the waiting list, please make sure you go ahead and do that. We have that pinned in the comments. We have about 400 signups so far. If you want to be a part of that, please make sure you check that out. Anyway, let's get into today's show. Oh, we got some drama here, folks. We got some drama. Stephen A. Smith had another incident on television, right? Another moment. Now, Stephen A. Smith, from time to time throughout the year, has these dust-ups that he has on television with some of the people that he has on ESPN First Take. He had some with J.J. Redick. You saw that one. He had a little small one with Shannon Sharpe, or Shannon Sharpe, you know more football than me. You had that one. Of course, we had the infamous one with himself and Malika Andrews, which turned off millions of people. You have that one. And then from time to time, you have some dust-ups that he has with Molly Qerim. And it happened again yesterday. So they were reacting to the news, essentially. Former New England's Patriot head coach Bill Belichick was apparently going to be coaching college football, I think, with North Carolina. So they were having this conversation. They were talking about it. Now, if you know anything about Stephen A. Smith never hides the fact that he likes to be in the big cities, the poppin' cities, L.A., New York, Miami, specifically Miami and LA, right? He makes a joke about it. All of us understand it's hilarious, but we all get it, right? Fine. So we know that's what Stephen A. Smith is about. He's literally been talking like this for 10 years on ESPN, for at least for as long as I can remember, right? So we know that. But we also know that Molly Qerim has this proclivity of trying to show up Stephen A. Smith and at times trying to embarrass him and call him out. They did it especially during that a Caitlin Clark moment as well, when that was happening there. And Stephen A. Smith seems to brush it off and just act like it doesn't happen. Now, why he has so much patience for Molly, I have no idea. But yesterday, it apparently happened again. People were like, did you see what happened on ESPN? Did you see what happened on ESPN? So I was trying to hunt this damn clip down. I couldn't find it. Then eventually I was able to hunt it down. And I clicked on the video to see what essentially took place. So they were talking about this. And Stephen A. Smith was just basically like talking about the small markets. Then Molly Qerim gets a little bit irritated. And then she starts going at him. She starts going at him. Like, you have this against this, you have against that. And first he tried to like play it off. And then after a while, he started calling her out. I'm like, yo, what is going on here? Like, what in the world is going on here? So this is the segment that we want to focus on here. Before we even get into what these people had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what I want to do is play the highlights of this dust-up that they had on television yesterday, and then want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to these people here.
Why do I bring that up, Dio? What I did right now was took the liberty of calling up North Carolina's football schedule for this season, for this past season. Let me throw out the names. Now, we watched Georgia and Alabama. Wasn't that a great game a few weeks ago?
Yes,
Marvelous
sir.
game, right? We've seen Texas A&M and Texas. You remember that game? Wasn't that a beautiful game? Then we see Texas and Georgia. Wasn't that a hell of a game? Then we see all of that, fellas?
Yep.
Now let me give you North Carolina.
What you got?
Minnesota, Charlotte. This ain't the NFL. This is college football. This is what we're talking about here. Minnesota, Charlotte, North Carolina Central, HBCU in the house, James Madison, Duke, Pitt, Georgia Tech, Virginia, Florida State, Wake Forest, Boston College, North Carolina State, and no pun intended, UConn. Wow. I mean, it just touches my heart. You understand? I mean, to think about what kind of environment that really is for football.
I didn't
this
understand
ain't
his
basketball.
point.
This is football we're talking about here. Ain't a damn one. Listen, those schools
Stephen
respect
A, he
it.
wasn't going to, if you wanted him to go to
just clarify
Texas.
your point? Because I didn't even understand it.
He's saying that they're not going to North Carolina over to Alabama's, over to Texas and some of those other schools.
And they go out there and they handle their business.
Stephen
You're
A.
trying to tell me people are going to be excited to watch Carolina against the schedule that I just read to you?
I think you're completely wrong.
They will.
Colorado was terrible before Deion Sanders got there, and it became appointment viewing. True football fans, this is going to be appointment viewing to see what Bill Belichick does. I think you're 100% wrong on this.
Molly, respectfully, I don't care. Let me be very, very clear. I don't care, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's only going to last. He ain't prime time in terms of personality. Bill Belichick is going to go back to being the Bill Belichick we saw with the New England Patriots. Year one, we'll watch him. But after that, please, stop it.
As long as you
stop
win, and
it.
they're going to
Nobody care about
the
that.
whole time he was in New England, everybody tuned in.
Did people not watch Clemson?
You know that, Jay. That's
Did people
NFL.
not watch Clemson with Dabo Swinney when they were rolling?
It's just not sexy enough for you. Stephen A. is all about box office. He wants every free agent to go to the Lakers. He hates small markets. It's just not sexy enough for him.
Small markets.
So this is through Steve. This is through. And it's like every time there's a good player that's in like Milwaukee or wherever, you're like, bring him to New York. Go to the Knicks. Go to the Lakers. Let's have LeBron and Steph play together. No, let me finish my point. You don't care about small markets, and for you, it's always box office. You're a New Yorker that's an Alabama fan. It's just not sexy enough for you, but you're seeing it through your lens and not through all football players. I know you don't care about my opinion.
That doesn't give you a license to misrepresent me. That doesn't give you. I like Alabama. I watch college basketball all the time. Kentucky, North Carolina, stuff like that. Those ain't large markets. You're wrong, Molly. You are absolutely positive. Just because I'm a diehard Knicks fan because I'm a native New Yorker. And I brag about LA and Miami because that's where I want to be in June. I ain't apologizing for that to nobody. But that doesn't mean I hate small markets. That doesn't mean I hate small markets. There's plenty of small market teams that I like. In college football, I said the schedule. In the end, it's compelling. It's not just about who you are, but who you're going up against. It matters. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Why are we acting like that's false? It's not false.
So I'm just curious, is Colorado's schedule was really compelling for you, like before Deion got there?
No, it wasn't, which is why I said I wanted prime in the SEC or the Big Ten, if you remember.
Got it. But did you continue to watch his games anyway, or did you just watch a couple and then you stopped?
Like
you're going to do with Bill Belichick.
He said no.
I didn't watch him all the time. I watched him against stiff competition.
But Stephen A., I don't think anyone's disagreeing with your premise of you want to see the marquee matchup every weekend.
Yes.
There's a reason why Jimmy Pitaro and Burke Magnus went and got the SEC package. We are all aware of that. But Georgia wasn't moving on from Kirby Smart, and Texas wasn't moving on from Steve Sarkisian, and Bama just hired DeBoer. So
I wasn't using. You're being too specific. Texas A&M job was open. There was a few jobs. I'm not even talking about college football specifically. Whether it's college football or NFL, it's Bill Belichick. So when I look at North Carolina, I'm like, damn, you're really, really lucky that you got him, because the program and its history didn't warrant them getting the caliber of a Bill Belichick as their head coach. Who the hell can disagree with that?
That's a fair point.
And that is a fair
fact. That's a fair point.
That is a fact. Okay. That's all. That's it. Nothing more. Now, I want to see. I'm going to check with y'all, and let me make sure. I make sure Molly don't change her damn number, because I want to see what games of Bill Belichick she's going to be watching next year. Dan Orlovsky, you too. I'm watching this.
Whatever.
Please. I want to see what games y'all going to be watching.
If I change my number, I sit next to you on television 2 hours every day, 5 days a week. Guess what? I think you can find me, so we can revisit it. Okay? I can't wait till we get to the morning meeting.
I have plenty of people who will fact check that and confirm that Molly. There are times Molly can't be found.
Oh,
What did he say? I got people,
He
Mayor.
said there are times.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Can't be found.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's called
I'm
airplane
the one
mode.
that's
It's good-
easily
It's good for your
accessible.
mental health.
So you heard what they had to say. What are my thoughts on this? I'm going to speak for most of the people that watch these things, and I'm going to give you guys a viewpoint that I think a lot of people concur with. A lot of people find Molly to be annoying. Okay. The reason why I think a lot of people find her to be annoying is for two reasons. Number one, because she constantly interrupts Stephen A. Smith. That's annoying to some people. A lot of people, not some. A lot of people. Number two, the reason people get annoyed is because people are tuning in to hear Stephen A. Smith and the guests. We're not tuning in to hear Molly talk about these issues. So to see her constantly interjecting and trying to show him up and all of that, people get turned off by, I'm giving you guys the reality of the matter. That's how a lot of people feel about it. A lot of people don't like to see Molly constantly interrupt Stephen A. Smith just for the sake of interrupting him. People like, it's not your show. It's like you're the moderator here. You're the moderator disagreeing with the star of the show. It's just crazy. So that turns people off too. Now, from my standpoint, here's why I don't understand. Stephen A. Smith is the face of ESPN. Of ESPN. So at the very least, he's the face of ESPN First Take. If he's the face of the network, at the very least, he's the face of First Take. So if he's the face of First Take, if he's an executive producer and all of that, how do you have a situation where you have the moderator constantly trying to show him up or in some cases embarrass him? Like, how does that happen? How does that happen? Why does that environment even exist? Why does it exist? I don't understand it. And Stephen A. Smith, I gotta hand it to him. He seems to be much more tolerant than Skip Bayless. You pull us with Skip, you out of there. I mean, there was one. Oh, what was her name? Was it Jenny? I can't remember her name. Very nice lady. She was blonde. She used to work on Undisputed. And I think that they were talking about Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp were talking about, was it Luka Doncic? I think they were talking about Luka Doncic's body. I think it was Luka. It was either Luka or Zion, but I think it was Luka. And they were talking about Luka not being in shape. And I think Jenny, I think it was her. She didn't like the fact that I think Skip and Shannon, particularly Skip, was trying to like body shame Luka Doncic. Skip was like, You look at her, okay. We ain't seen her since. Skip ain't going for it. Skip ain't going for it. Stephen A. Smith be the only thing I don't understand is why Stephen A. Smith be letting these people up there talk to him all kind of crazy. JJ Redick. He let JJ Redick get away with a lot. I don't know why. From time to time, Molly Qerim, but you see he put on blast at the end. He spoke a little bit about her professionalism. That's what he alluded to. He said the same Molly Qerim that they will go to hours or whatever, you can't reach them. And then she said, oh, it's for my mental health. I would fire you. Stephen A. Smith says, I would fire you. It's not like as if we're running a few $100,000 operation. We're running a multi-million-dollar operations here. And if my ass is always available, you better be available too. It don't mean you got to work, but if I shoot you a text, you better hit me back. So for her to say that, I was like, okay now. Okay, but Molly ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere at all. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And we'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace.